the courage to lead. This one is embarrassing that it has to be on the list, but nonetheless it must. Because everything that I have explained to you today is unbelievably difficult. It is extremely hard to make decisions with a just cause in mind when so many of the pressures on all of us are pushing us to make the finite short-term decisions. If you work for a public company, the pressure is overwhelming from the outside to focus on the finite at the expense of the infinite. Sometimes we put pressure on ourselves to focus on the finite. We become so obsessed with the arbitrary goals we set for the end of the year that sometimes we abandon our own values in order to make the sale, gain the client, move the numbers. And if we do that too many times over the course of years, it's to the detriment of our own organizations, it's to the detriment of our own people. We need to completely reimagine business as it exists. We need to reject the finite mindedness of the 80s and 90s, and we need to embrace the infinite mindedness for the next millennium. And the irony is, it's good for businesses. It's good for business. The organizations that are led with a finite, infinite mindset, those infinite-minded organizations tend to outperform their competitors over the long term. They tend to have much higher levels of innovation, much stronger teams where the people don't leave and quit at the slightest shudder. They hunker down and say, how can I help? And for those of us who have to work there, those are the jobs we love. All of this raises an interesting question. What does it mean to live an infinite life? Clearly, our lives are finite, but life is infinite. We're born, we die, but life continues with us or without us. Which means, though we don't get to choose the rules of the game, we do get to choose how we want to play in this infinite game. And we can choose to live our lives with a finite mindset or an infinite mindset. To live our lives with a finite mindset means we wake up every single morning trying to make more money than anyone that we know, to maximize the amount of power that we have, to gain power and sort of oversee the world, control the world, domination. And when we die, we leave it all behind. It's only fun while we're living. Can't take it with you. People hate us. It causes health problems. You look at a lot of these finite-minded entrepreneurs who've done really well in life and go look in their medicine cabinets. Look at the qualities of their marriages, or the relationships they have with their children. And it paints a different story. To live our lives with an infinite mindset means we wake up every single morning and think to ourselves, how can we have a positive impact on the people around us? That one day I can meet a remarkable entrepreneur, a remarkable business leader, and say, how did you become who you are today? And they will mention your name. They will talk about the lessons they learned from you, how they learned to be a better version of themselves, to take care of the people around them, and that everything that they've learned today came from somebody else. In other words, you have literally lived on beyond your own years. I had a chance to sit down with Sir Richard Branson, and I asked him a question. I said, how should lives with a finite mindset or an infinite mindset? It is just a choice.